Yeah, if I ruled the world, I'd lower the coke prices, raise the welfare, and lower the perk prices. You could pay for a feature, even though the flow priceless.
What's up, gang, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Behind the Music. Today, we stand right here in Philly again, y'all. Y'all see my folks right here. We're going to find out more about Ashley Thompson. Ashley Thompson and her kids was killed in a fire. I'm going to need y'all to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget, gang, won't incriminate nobody over here. Let's go.
There at the scene, police sources telling us a man was taken in for questioning in connection to the fire, but at this time, the fire department has not said if the fire is determined to be a case of arson. The department will only say the fire marshal is doing a thorough investigation to determine a cause.
This morning, I'm getting a call that the whole house is on fire and all my family is gone.
Philadelphia, WPVI, 2 people have been arrested in connection with a fatal arson that claimed the lives of 3 family members, including a pregnant woman and her children. Charles Sumpter, 67, and Fleitte Newell, 44, have been charged with multiple counts of murder and related offenses, according. Police responded to a house fire in the 2500 block of Corlies Street around 4:50 a.m. on June 13. When officials arrived, they said the home was fully engulfed in flames. 5 people were found inside the home as firefighters worked to extinguish the blaze. 2 children, 6-year-old Asad Thompson and 4-year-old Aliyah Thompson Newell, were taken to a local hospital, where they later died. 32-year-old Ashley Thompson, who is the mother of the 2 deceased children and who was 8 months pregnant, was pronounced dead at the scene. Officials said a 54-year-old woman jumped from the second-story window while holding her 2-year-old great-niece. Both the woman and child were hospitalized in stable condition. On the day of the arson, police interviewed both suspects, but it was Wednesday when they served a warrant in the 2800 block of West Albert Street and made arrests. It was a tragedy, man. Them kids didn't have to die. And that pregnant lady didn't have to die, said Ronald Parker of Strawberry.
In tonight with heartbreak in Strawberry Mansion, 2 young children and a pregnant woman killed in a fast-moving row home fire. This is the news at 6. I'm Dawn Timoney.
And I'm Jason Martinez. 2 other people were also injured in this fire. Firefighters arriving to the scene on the 2500 block of Corlies Street around 5 this morning. Just a devastating loss for this community. Our Jeff Cole tonight joins us live. And Jeff, we're now learning this fire was intentionally set.
The Philadelphia Fire Marshal reports now that this early morning fire in Strawberry Mansion, killing 3, was in fact set, and now the investigation turns to who did it. On the 2500 block of Corlies Street in Strawberry Mansion, grief takes hold as the family of those lost to the flames gather just yards from the blackened row home.
I don't really know. I don't know how to feel.
This woman lives there but spent the evening away, only to return to tragedy.
Y'all took my family. Y'all took 3, 4 innocent people's lives, including that baby she had in her stomach that was very healthy and she was about to have. That's a tragedy.
Fire officials report the first alarm sounded just before 5 this morning. Crews arrived to find mayhem.
Upon arrival, the companies found heavy fire and heavy smoke in what they deemed to be an occupied dwelling.
Family members say Sherry Jackson jumped from the 2nd floor with a 1-year-old child in her arms. Both survived. They say Ashley Thompson, in her mid-20s, 7 months pregnant, the mother of 4-year-old Aliyah and 6-year-old Asad, died in a 2nd-floor bedroom while the children died in the hospital.
By the time we got down here, she was had jumped out the window with the baby in her arms. It's just devastating. It's really sad, the whole situation.
Fire marshal and federal ATF investigators pour through the blackened rubble in the early afternoon, bringing in a dog which appears to key on the front steps, drawing investigators' attention. A prayer circle forms as investigators probe, and loved ones fear the worst.
I couldn't even imagine in my mind who would ever want to hurt 3 babies and a pregnant girl.
Now, in the early afternoon, a city crew showed up here to board up the blackened row home behind me now. Philadelphia Gas Works crews are on the scene as the Philadelphia Fire Marshal reports that this early morning fire killing 3 in
arrest in a connection with a deadly fire that
killed a pregnant woman and her 2 young children. 2 others were hurt when the home went up in flames in Strawberry Mansion earlier this month. NBC 10's Miguel Martinez-Valle is live outside Temple Hospital, where one of the victims is recovering. Miguel.
Yeah, I just spoke on the phone with Sherry Jackson, and she is recovering here at Temple University Hospital after jumping out of the 2nd story of that home with a 2-year-old child in her arms to escape those flames. And she told me that one of the people arrested is her sister, that sister had threatened her to burn that home up and light that home on fire in the past because of a dispute they had over the property. And she's devastated that that dispute led to her daughter and her 2 grandchildren's death. 2 people arrested for the deadly Corlies Street house fire. Police charged 67-year-old Charles Sumpter and 44-year-old Fleitte Newell with multiple counts of murder and related offenses for the death of Ashley Thompson, who was 8 months pregnant, and her 2 young children.
I feel bad for them kids, and then she was pregnant on top of that, so I'm just glad they caught somebody for it.
A relief for neighbors who say the street hasn't been the same since the June 13th fire tore through the row home.
It's very depressing, and the street has had a very ominous vibe since everything happened.
Many leaving gifts outside the home, building a memorial for the victims, and praying for the recovery of those who managed to escape.
It was just horrific. I just heard somebody screaming when she jumped out the window, the lady, and she had the baby cradled in her arms. And the whole house just went up in flames.
I spoke to the woman who jumped, 54-year-old Sherry Jackson. She tells me Fleitte Newell is her sister and that the 2 had been fighting over the house for a year. She says Newell had threatened to burn the house with her in it and that she reported those threats, but that no one did anything about it until it was too late. Charles Sumpter and Fleitte Newell now facing multiple counts of murder and related offenses for the deaths in the fire. I'll send it back to you. I'm Miguel Martinez-Valle, NBC 10 News.
This whole story is kind of fucked up, man. Excuse my language. But Cheryl Johnson and her daughter, Ashley, was living in there with her grandkids. And for the simple fact that her and her sister both co-owned the house, but Cheryl lived there with her kids, her sister either wanted her to sell out or pay rent. Being though that she didn't want to sell out and pay rent, the sister made threats about blowing the house on fire, killing the kids, X, Y, and Z. All these things is alleged, but these are things that's spread it out through the community so far. I mean, the aunt clearly looked like she probably was money hungry, but in the next slide is nothing but clips of the aunt sitting there helping. She wrote things on Instagram about missing the kids and the family, and the whole time she did it. She's sending condolences and prayers and thoughts and went and looking for sympathy the whole time. She was the devil. In the meantime, y'all, be safe. And I get with y'all to the next episode. I'm going.
Yeah, murder, red rum, a murder, red rum, Mrs. Kaiser, murder, red rum, a murder, red rum, who that? Murder, red rum, a murder, red rum, Mrs. Kaiser, murder, red rum. Hey, y'all know I'm poison. Yep. Hey, you ready, murder?